Thanks very much. Mike, thank you very much for that kind introduction, and thank all of you all for being here today. I see a lot of very important people out in front of me. PG Peoples here with the Urban League. We've got Dr. Augusta Julian with the Bluegrass KCTCS over here. Jay McCord with the Urban County Council, I think, was here. Mary John O'Hare at UK. We've got Representative Charlie Hoffman from over in Georgetown, who's been a friend of education for years. Mary Ann Blankenship is here. She's a task force member of the task force that we're announcing this morning. Our own C.B. Aiken, who is on our Kentucky Board of Education. John Price, Fayette County Board member. And Melissa Bacon, Fayette County Board member. Now, I said I've introduced some important people. Cindy Hine is also here from the Pritchard Committee, but really the most important people are these folks standing up here. That's what this is all about. You know, 20 years ago, Kentucky took a stand against failure. Disgusted with an education system that was failing to prepare many of our children, particularly those in the poorer areas, for a competitive world, a coalition of superintendents and others filed a lawsuit that would wipe clean the jumbled mess that had become Kentucky schools. The outcome was stunning. Buoyed by a feeling of rebirth and energized by support from legislators, parents, education experts, and the business community, Kentucky created from scratch a new system that demonstrated to the nation and to our children our commitment to a better future. In so doing, we made a promise to our children, a promise that guaranteed the opportunity for a quality education, regardless of income, regardless of race, and regardless of geographic location. But my friends, that was almost 2 decades ago. And it's time to recreate that enthusiasm. It's time to re-energize our schools. It's time to re-galvanize the support that sparked that revolution. Today I'm joined here by the Commissioner of Education, Terry Holliday. And we are setting in motion an initiative called Transforming Education in Kentucky that intends to do exactly that. We have made significant, measurable, and indisputable progress since Rose versus Council for Better Education spawned the Kentucky Education Reform Act. There's no doubt about that. We moved from 43rd to 34th among the states in an overall education index. Our undergraduate college enrollment grew 40% from 1997 to 2006. And every group of students is performing better at every level on state test. But the world has not stood still. Technology has grown even more sophisticated. The pace of learning has quickened dramatically, and the fundamental foundation of knowledge and skills that one requires to function and succeed has expanded far beyond what we could have envisioned as recently as 1990. Meanwhile, our competitors, not just other states, but other nations, have not only matched our progress, but in some cases have exceeded it. Slow, steady, and incremental improvement is no longer enough. The modern, highly competitive world requires us to move in an all-out sprint. It's clear that what's needed here in Kentucky is both new energy and new strategies. We've created this task force that will help develop those strategies while invigorating public and business support for our schools. This effort seeks to build off the progress of the last 20 years in order to lay the foundation for the 20 years ahead. Let me be clear. This is not an evaluation of CARA. This is not CARA 2. It will not be a study of the principles on which CARA was based, nor will it be a debate over CARA's implementation. Yes, we will evaluate what's working and what isn't working in our school system. And no doubt this will lead long-term to significant changes in that regard. But our focus needs to be and will be on the future ahead and meeting the challenges of the 21st century. Now, many exciting efforts are already underway to improve student achievement. Under Senate Bill 1, we're revising academic content standards to ensure alignment from one education level to the next. There's also a national effort called the Common Core Standards Initiative. States are getting together to develop a common set of college-ready or career-ready standards so that someone who graduates at a proficiency level, no matter whether he or she is from Kentucky or Idaho, will have the same knowledge. And these learning standards will be benchmarked to international standards. Another effort involves the Gates Foundation and the Southern Regional Education Board, which are working with Kentucky to accelerate college and career readiness. Graduate Kentucky, which is being led by my wife Jane, the First Lady, and being supported by America's Promise Foundation, is working to increase Kentucky's graduation rate. Kentucky's also working on an application to obtain some of the $4.35 billion in grants available through the Race to the Top competition. These federal dollars will reward states creating conditions for education innovation and reform, especially in areas like standards and assessments, educator effectiveness, data systems, and low-performing schools. And finally, the Governor's Task Force on Early Childhood Development and Education is formulating ways to link existing programs into a system that will ensure each child has the opportunity to enter school healthy and ready to learn.